Hello, and thank you for joining us today for our Today in History broadcast. We're going to talk about some history that occurs for September days 5 through 11 in 1956. So the first order of business here, we have a timeline of the Alexandria School of Nursing. It was at the Alexandria Hospital. All the photos you'll see were dated between September 1956 and April of 1957. I'm not going to read you the entire timeline, but I'll give you a couple of highlights. The school was established in November of 1894 and was eventually phased out and closed between 1984 and 1987. Our first picture here from 1956 is of the nurse arranging the baby camera in the hospital nursery. The baby camera was the first of its kind to be used by the Alexandria Hospital, and they were quite proud of it, wanted to be able to show it off, and so they had Howard in to take photos of the camera and the way that they used it. Our next image shows some of the nurses at work shows a nurse at work at the hospital, checking on a patient and making sure that they're tucked in. As a matter of fact, you can see here the markings on the blankets that helped to keep track of them and make sure that you knew where they came from and who the provider was that put up money for the hospital. This next image is definitely from the School of Nursing. It shows the student nurse taking a pulse with her supervisor standing by. Last but not least, we have a graduation photo which includes the black band indicating her seniority and certifications. Now, everybody likes a little bit of a trivia contest, and so we thought we'd go with one too. There was a radio show that ran from January of 1956 to September of 1957. It was an attempt by the radio industry to recapture some of the television audience. Does anyone know the name of the show? I'll give you a hint. It ran on the CBS network. On television, 9 of the top 10 shows were CBS programming. They were positions 1 through 8 and 10 in the top 10. The number 9 show was Perry Como on NBC. But can anybody name any of the top 10 shows, any of CBS's top 10 shows for 1956? 1956 had a number of well-known motion pictures, but I've selected 3. One of them starred John Wayne, one starred Charlton Heston, and one starred Leslie Nielsen. I'm curious if anyone can name all 3 of the films. We will be posting answers to these trivia questions at hmarlermuseum.org in the blog post on September 12 of 2022. Feel free to comment here as to what you think the trivia answers might be. Thank you very much for your interest, and have a good day.